Okay, so we are in our WordPress site now. So you can see here the site has been set up. And when I log in, it says that WordPress needs my attention. So we want to make sure that we update everything. So that way we have the latest database, everything is set up, and all our plugins are updated. So first off, we need the latest version. So for some reason, it's not automatically downloading that one, which is totally fine. You're just going to click update. And now we do have the latest one. So in your dashboard, you'll always see here, you can just hover over it. You'll see that updates. Want to make sure everything is up to date. This makes sure that there's no security breaches and that our website is running smoothly. So I just quickly updated all of that, and that's totally fine. It was our first time logging in. And so we can always, manage everything from our dashboard here. So I'm going to walk through just what this looks like, right? So we're always going to see our homepage right here, the updates in case anything needs to be updated. We're all up to date. And you can start seeing some of the installed plugins that you have, right? So Jetpack, we want to set that up. We'll go through that in a separate video. And this really just makes sure that everything is secure, it is free. But here we're going to see all of the stuff that pertains to our website. So here is posts. Here's where you would actually write your blog posts. And all you have to do is hit add new. I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. And when you go to add a new post, here is where you would add a new blog post. If you want to ever upload any pictures, you could do it in the blog post, but you could also add them here just to have them kind of in your library. The other part is here's the pages. So the pages are different in that these are the top level pages. So not a blog post. Instead, it would be more of like, this is where the contact us is. This is where your press page is, or your how to work with me page. These are the top. So it would be like Joy Valerie slash contact me slash or Joy Valerie slash hiring, right? So that is the top level that make up your entire website. Here you can see that you can moderate any comments here. You can decide to approve them, people commenting on your blog posts. This is for forms. We're not going to get too deep into that. And here are some of more the ones that we really do want to understand. For appearances, this is where you control your theme. So we are going here, we also can add a new theme. So we're going to, you could upload a theme here, and I'll go deeper into what we're going to do. You could also customize it here. And this is to customize the theme that you have installed. And it will take you here where you can go through and change anything on the website, the name, the logo. Here, if you upload a logo, it will change whatever shows up here. And here, the site icon, that's a favicon. That would be this little thing. So you want to make sure that it is 512 inches by 512 pixels, not inches. And here you can select the different colors that you want. This is by default, everyone's, everyone's default theme. You can change what colors you want here, and you see them here changing. But we're not really going to actually use this. This is just really helpful to understand what's going on. And if you decide to install your own theme, however, we are actually going to use Elementor, which I will show in a different video. And we're not going to save this, but if you did want to save it, you would just hit publish. So now that we're seeing that this controls the appearance, the other thing that we want to look at is plugins. So plugins are what makes WordPress special. It basically allows you to add and plug in different areas to keep building on top of your website. So it's not just, just the blog. You can add a store, and you can add in little snippets of code essentially. So your pieces of programming code that will actually just add on to your website and change it, which is pretty cool. So you can just, you can add a new plugin. You would just go to plugin, add new here, and you can either upload or search for plugins. So I'm going to actually search for a plugin here, which we will see is Google Site Kit. So that way I don't have to go through and actually install anything. So, you do want to install the Google Site Kit. You would just basically search and install now. That means I don't have to go and download it elsewhere. It's already there, and then I just hit activate. So now I know that this is activated here, and this is something else that we're going to go through and set up. Um, the other way to add a plugin is you would select, same as you would add new, and instead of searching here, you would just go to upload and add your file, your zip format. So this might be that you downloaded it elsewhere. So I can select here and then just hit install now, and it will download everything. So actually I'm just going to show you. This is already installed, but just to show, basically it'll go through and it's the same one. It already knows that it's installed. It's very smart, and I'm just going to put like, yeah, replace with current one. This is something that I downloaded off of WordPress plugins, and it went through, and then it'll just go back to the installer setting. Here you can see everything, right? And if for some reason, I really advise not to do this unless you understand PHP, and that is the language that WordPress is written on. And here you could actually go through and in plugin, select plugin editor, and you could upload your own plugins if you want, or you can edit any of the plugins that are here. However, like I said, I would advise not to do this because then you're gonna mess something up if you don't understand the code. But that's essentially what each of the plugins is. It is just a whole bunch of code that let you add on to it. And here you have your users. So you are one of the users. You can add other people onto your website, and you could just add new, fill out this information, set up their password, and you can send them an email to be an administrator or any other level that you want them to be. And customize your own profile. So I highly recommend, your profile is actually going to be tied to your WordPress account. So you want to make sure that you have that set up, and you can here add your picture on Gravatar. So that's the only way that you can actually edit this picture, and you want to make sure that that is updated. So you can just check this here, and it makes an account on this Gravatar thing. So make sure that you set this up as well, because that is how you get your icon, so that it pops up whenever you write an article. That's where it's going to pull the picture from. So yeah, you can optimize for this here. I'll let you all do that on your own. But the other thing that you want to look at is tools. So here in tools, you are going to see that there are a bunch of different ones. You can import, posts that you have from other blogs. You would just have to install these. You can export it. So if you need to download it for some reason, here's where you would go, and you can see all of this other stuff. However, in the settings is really where I want you to go. So we're going to go deeper into this one in a minute. So here in the settings, you can change, the site title. So I'm going to change mine to be and yeah, you can, this essentially will be like, what is everyone that subscribes, what's their user, what format. I highly recommend using just regular format, or year, month, date, time, the day the week starts. I actually do like the day starting on Monday, so I'm gonna just make sure that's set up. That's the general settings. And on your writing settings, so you're gonna click writing here, settings, writing, And here you can see like if you want everything to be categorized, what's the default that you wanted, where do you want your emails to come from, and whatnot. Um, you can customize everything. So on your reading settings, like how many blog posts do you want, etc. And with the permalinks, that's definitely one that you want to check here. And here is the post name. That means like the name of your post is going to be the one. So you want to make sure it's this one because else it's going to have all these numbers. And this is the best for search engine optimization. And that it's by default, it looks like. So that's pretty good. And here you want to make sure that your privacy pages, or you can create a new one. Everyone should have a privacy page. And you can check here, your plugins are going to start appearing. So the more plugins you add in, they're going to start popping up over here. So we'll get into that later, but the last thing that we want to do is make sure that our site is secure. So I'm going to get into a video there.